Hey, good morning again. I'm working on the Blazer again. Parts came in. Looky here. You have to. Holy cow. This is what I've been waiting on. This is the floor panels. I'll get those out in a minute. We'll see what we got to do. Well, I think I told you last time I was here, I bought a heater. That heater right there. Yeah. Well, last time I couldn't get it to work, so I got over here today and worked, and it's working. It's cold today. In southwest Missouri, it is 24 degrees, and we're supposed to get numerous inches of snow tonight and tomorrow and Sunday. So it's Friday currently. I'm going to get to work on this and I'll show you what I got. Guess what it didn't come with? Holy cow. I need this lip. And it did not come with this lip. So I guess I'll figure something else out, but in the meantime, I need to cut that somewhere along here and get that piece put in. And then I also have the back piece for it. Get both of those cut in and see what happens. You never know, I guess. We'll find out. That's the bad part about me not being a body man, is I'm muddling through this. Let's put this tripod in a different position here. There we go. Okay. Let me see what I'm going to do here and we'll get back to it. Okay, I just laid the back piece in there. And like I said, I don't need this entire piece. All I need is about this much. And then this strip that goes right through there. And I only bought this. The only reason I bought this was because I wrongly assumed it would come with this little lip on it right here. But it does not. So now I got to figure out how to make that. What I'm going to do first is cut this out. And then cut this piece here out. And then the rest of that maybe I can use, like, see this lip here? I might be able to use that to make this lip. I don't know. This is where it starts getting interesting, because I am not a body man. I'm not a fabricator. I'm learning this as I go. I think I do have a very small break that might be able to bend that into a piece of metal. It's very small and it's manual, but I think I've got it somewhere. So now I have to get that cut out. So that's where we're going next. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now we're going to measure from here to here, just pretty much straight out. And see what we got. From right there over to that lip is what? Approximately 11 inches, a little bit over 11 inches. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut out 11 inches. Yeah, see, it's a little over 11, 10 and a half. So we're going to cut out 11 inches from this. I'm going to go right here and measure 11 inches. And we're just going to cut out 11 inches all the way back. And then we'll have plenty to do what I need to do with. So, let's start that process next. Okay, 11 inches. It's gonna be right there, 11 inches. And then we'll come back here and do 11 inches again, all the way back. There we go. As you can see, I have a mark there and a mark there. So what I'm going to do is connect those two marks. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it line struck there. If you'll notice, there's two marks here. That's why you always measure like 9 times and cut once. For some stupid reason, I measured 1 foot right there instead of 11 inches. And this mark right here is off because this comes out a little bit. So I just went from this mark across. This mark also is even with here, which technically is even with that mark, but it just means it's tapered just a little bit, which is fine because over there, that lip was a good, I don't know, 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch on the back side. 11 inches was a little bit big, so I got it covered. Now all I got to do is cut that straight across, and then this piece we'll use all of in the front, and then here I'll just have to cut off just about 2 inches, 1.5 inches maybe, for that right there. I'm not going to cut that out. That is just rusted through the first layer. I'm going to clean it up really nice, and I'm going to paint it with rust inhibiting paint, treat it really well, and then I'm eventually going to cover this with rhino lining. So I think that will be fine as long as I clean it up really well. I don't know. I'll look at it once I get everything else done. If it's looking like it needs to be done, also I'll do it. But right now I'm not worried about that. Okay, I got to cut. Okay, I don't do a lot of things right in this world, and for 25 years of working on stuff and doing stuff with my hands, very seldom did I use eye protection, never ear protection. But, of course, it's caught up with me. Eyesight, I'm fine. I'm at an age where I need readers, but that's just, common. But I'm losing my hearing. Seems to be going relatively quick, and I'm sure it's from years of abuse. So, that being said, might be too late, but please, when you're grinding, cutting, anything that's excessive noise, use hearing protection. Okay, here we go. Okay, got it done. Now we'll go over and see what it looks like. If it doesn't fit, I'm blaming you. Gotta blame somebody, and I can't blame myself, right? Looky there. Once it's level like that, I'm happy with that. That front piece comes way back here, so I don't have to worry about any of this. That piece there, I'll set in there and we'll cut it. But for now, that looks very good. That's what I want to do. Okay, now I got to figure out this corner. If I do that first, then I can come back and do this part up here. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I traced that little piece back here onto this. So what I'm going to do is cut this and then outline on here so I can put that in there. I've got it lengthwise pretty much all the way to here, but I'm not going to go all the way to there. What I think I'm going to do is go right in here somewhere and then cut it back again. Come up with that. And then I'll get all that stuff put in. Okay, let's try it again. Well, here's the metal brake I told you I thought I had. I found it. It was buried. So I'm going to try to do this lip, and I think I should probably put a lip here, be easier to weld. So anyway, guys, bear with me. I'm just a moron trying to learn how to do this because I'm not a body man. Anyway, here we go. Well, I decided to go another route. Like I said, I need a lip, and that didn't have a lip on it. I'm still going to use it, just not the same way I was going to before. Good grief, look at the freaking hairdo I have. So I'm going to do this. I found a piece of scrap right here, and I just cut this off, and I bent that lip in it, and that is going to go there. That white mark on it right there, I've ground it down. This end, I think, is good. It's going to fit kind of like that. That end is good. I got to do some cutting and grinding on this end. And then with that lip on it, I'll drill holes in it and tack weld it to this panel. And then I'll do the same along here. All along here until I get here. And I will just bend a lip on it because I have to have that lip for a couple of things. First of all, as you'll see, the rocker panel has a lip on it, and I will be drilling holes in it, and it needs to be able to weld to something right through here. And then number two, just that lip on the rocker panel is not strong enough, so I need the lip inside here as well. So both of those together, I think, will be enough. So I'm going to try to finish that. I'm going to finish that back piece right now. Once I get that back piece done, I'm going to try to start welding it in. I wasn't going to do as much as I've done today. I was going to do a little today and a little tomorrow and a little Sunday, but we're supposed to get substantial snow in my area this weekend starting tonight. So I don't know that I'll be able to come back this weekend. And not to mention, I really don't want to drive around in the friggin' snow. I'm not a winter guy. So anyway, let me get to it and I'll show you what I get done. Well, what do you think? It's not welded in. Currently it's just sitting in place. I need to drill holes along the lip so I can spot weld it. I'm getting ready to do that. Couple of things to remember here. First one is this is going to be covered up. It'll be welded, then I'll paint it, and then I will rust coat it, or actually rust coat it first, and then I'll paint it. And then there's going to be rhino lining on it. So it doesn't have to look beautiful. I've said numerous times, this is not going to be a SEMA truck by any means. I might show it in some car shows when I'm done, but it's not going to be, this is not going to be the one the guy spent thousands of dollars on. No, this is going to be the one the guy drives every day or every other day and screws around and has a good time, and that's going to be what this is. My light's going crazy on me there because it's about to die, I think. So I want it to be structurally sound, and if somebody else, after I die, my kids sell this and somebody else decides to completely restore it, when they start the process, they don't go, holy cow, what was this guy thinking? At least they can look at it and say, you know what, that's not the best in the world, but I see what he did there. So anyway, before you start screaming from the back rows there, this is me, this is how I'm going to do it. Absolutely, if you have any I don't know, constructive criticism, or you say, hey, I've done this for 30 years, try this, bring it on. I can learn all the time. I watch YouTube videos every day. I think I've told you. I follow a guy on YouTube, Vice Grip Garage. His name's Derek. Never met the dude before in my life. I'm not on here promoting. But I will tell you, you need to follow him. He's a great dude. Seems like a great dude anyway. He does it right. And he's the reason I'm doing this. I've been watching his shows, and I thought, you know what? I've got this Blazer. It's sitting. I got to do something. So that's what I'm doing. Man, I'm gonna close it up for today. I'll show you what I got moving forward. Just remember, please, love one another, love God, and remember, it's a great day to have a good day. Good day, USA.